Previously on This Old Gat.
One of the things I like to take pride with on my channel is I like to show you when I screw up. So here it is. My magazine here is incorrect for this gun. So now I'm stuck looking for a pre-64 model magazine box, which apparently is either out of stock or ridiculously expensive. So this is going to be my stop point for now. To be continued. Ooh, that's a new one, right? Yeah, to be continued. Okay, so here we are. Welcome back. Episode 2. You probably noticed there's a lot of stuff missing here. The stock is already finished. I will put in a couple of pictures of the results. I think it turned out really nice. I just didn't want to show it off too early in the video. So, I'm waiting on the mail because I was able to score a magazine box, which is kind of cool. But before I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and make the best use of my time. So here's my ugly backdrop, because I know you guys love it. And here's my barrel, which has got, it's kind of hard to see, but it's got these little marks everywhere. So typically what I do in this situation is I use a cloth-based emery here. And I wrap it around. It's very undignified. I just basically put the receiver between my knees, stand it straight up, use this and shoe shine it to put the marks this way down the barrel so it looks machined like it's supposed to. I've got 2 different grits here. This one's pretty wore out, but it still does the job. Got a fine, a little more coarse here. I'll start with the coarse because I did the fine last time, and I'm probably going to have to redo the Springfield because it didn't make the lines as well as I'd hoped. So I'll probably redo it and get some more of this. So that's what I'll be doing first, is working the barrel and polishing the back tang here. Now, if you guys have ever owned a Winchester Model 70, be really careful around one of these things here, because this thing is sharper than a Ginsu knife. I've probably cut myself about 10 times in the last 2 weeks playing with this thing. So anyway, since it's already kind of in the white, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little layer of Mother's Mag polish and hit it with my Dremel buffer and just make that shiny. Might as well, it's all stainless anyway, right? So I'll clean up the tang, I'll go ahead and polish out the barrel, and like last time, I'll go ahead and Loctite these screws in place for the scope mount. You might notice a little something weird here. There's a second dimple. So what I did here was I marked it and then hit it with my router bit on my Dremel and just came straight down, because the scope tube on the Simmons is a little too short to use the forward mounting dimple here. But I mean, I matched it for depth and width. I barked it up a little bit on the anodizing, but when you put the scope mount on there, it covers it up anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. That was the only real major modification I had to do for this, and it'll all go back together just fine. I already had it all mocked up. I just didn't want to blow it to the end and show you everything in the beginning. So sit tight, and I'm gonna go ahead and work this, and I'll polish out that. Go ahead and get those Loctited in, and hopefully by then the mail will arrive and I can replace my handmade bolt stop plunger, which actually works. It's just, it's a little short compared to the original. The original is about maybe 3/4 of an inch long, whereas this one's only about the width of a Tic Tac. So it doesn't, it lines up, but it jiggles around in there. I mean, this was my 3rd attempt at making one, but I got the guy who had the magazine send me the plunger too, and I will give him his very, very deserved plug at the end of this video, because he was the only guy in pretty much anywhere that had the magazine, and he was very reasonable, and he's very accessible and easy to work with. So good, I'll give him a proper plug at the end of this video, but sit tight and I'll go ahead and get all this done here. And when I return, this should be all done and cleaned up. And we're back. And look at that barrel. Look how nice she cleaned up. Yep, little shoe shine, nothing serious. A little bit of work. I think I could have done a little bit better here. But it's all there. If I oil it down, it'll probably not look ringed like that. This is cleaned up. I just Sharpied the little nicks I put in it, but I left the grooves open. These are all blue Loctited. Look at this tang polish. Look at that. You can see your reflection in it. That was fun. That was 200 followed by 600, 800, and 1,000 grit. And then Mother's Mag polish and a buffer. There's some machining marks on the flat here, but the bolt will cover it. I'm not gonna go crazy with it. That tang is sharp as shit too, let me tell you. So anyway, I just finished this, and then all of a sudden the mail showed up. Hey, how about that, right? So I got mail, and in the mail, haha, there it is, the correct 264 Winchester Magnum magazine box, and the bolt stop plunger, because I made my own. And it was a little shorter than this, about maybe 1/3 this length, and it kind of jiggled in and out of the hole a little bit. I was afraid over time it would probably pop out and I'd lose the spring too. So the guy I got this from, and the guy I got this from, is a man named Tommy Dial, and he is over at the YouTubes. Sorry, he's over at the eBays. And I will put a link to his page down below, and I will show you a screenshot of his eBay seller store. If you need anything for vintage rifles, small parts, springs, screws, magazine boxes that are impossible to find, sights. He's even got a Lyman Peep sight that I have too, but I didn't know what it was for. Now I do. So anyway, this is a shout out to Mr. Tommy Dial. Thank you so much. Let's put this pig together. Let's see how it turned out, shall we? When I left you last, I told you I'd put this together. You're gonna have to indulge me this time, because I really deserve to take a victory lap. Check this out. Huh? Ain't she lovely? Should I throw in some Stevie Wonder? Look at this. Turned out really nice. And I've been told that I'm kind of good at this now. I've started to get compliments that I may have a knack for this. I've also been told that I may be in the wrong line of work. So there she is, Winchester Model 70 in 264 Winchester Magnum, a belted round. Tony wants to check it out. Tony, right there, firstborn, first litter. Tony, hey, you like it? Is it cool? This was really shiny when I first did it, but I put my hands on it and now some of the shine is kind of coming down. But I think a little bit of wood oil and she'll look just as good as she did when I took her out of the rack, essentially. So here's my pornographic tang. Look how shiny that came out. Super nice. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. I didn't mess with the bolt. I just put it back together and cleaned it up. This trigger literally has like no play in it. I mean, it's just 1 millimeter, bang, goes off. It's heavy, but it goes off. So I didn't put any rounds in this thing to chamber check it. Actually, I did, but anyway, I fed it in about halfway, stopped, and ejected it. I thumbed around in, it goes all the way in, the ejector pulls it right out and flings it like halfway across the room. So here she is. I did manage to get the sling swivels for my stock, or for my bipods here. Right there, they go underneath. So there's one there, and there's the one down there. This one didn't have 2 sling swivels like the 1903 did. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. It's heavy. This gun weighs almost 11 pounds. And this magazine only holds 3, which I looked up, and sure enough, it says that the Magnum calibers, this magazine capacity is only 3. When I stuck the 4th one in, it kept fighting me. So it's basically 3 in the box, you shut the bolt, or you put 1 round in there and then you only got 2 in the box because you can't push it down to feed that 4th round, which is fine. I mean, hell, it's 3 rounds of elephant killer, right? So whatever. It's cool. Still not a fan of this safety, but it works, so I can't complain, you know. Little jiggle here, little wiggle there, little safety action there, and then no drop. But see how short that travel is? So yeah, there it is. This Old Gat. I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Tommy Dial, who sold me the magazine box and the plunger, which I did replace, which was another chore in within itself. But I'll put his eBay page on down here, and the link to his page down here, and I think that's gonna do it. So thank you for watching. Please like, please share, maybe subscribe down there, and we'll catch you on the next one. Of course, I'm gonna have to find the next gun to build. I have the stock for it. Maybe you'd like to see it. I don't know what action fits it yet, so until I figure that out, you'll just have to wait. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you later.